Morning and welcome to another week down the allotment, and there's so much growth I can't wait to show you, and then I'm going to show you some of the growth at home, and then we're going to get on and finally get to work on the vines, the grapevine greenhouse. Just got to clear out some of the brambles, the pots. I want to chuck some manure underneath where the vines are coming up, but you can see it's since last week it's come on great guns. We got loads of growth, also some brambles which need to be pulled out. Something else has been eating down here. I think the local cat, one of the neighbours' cats, keeps catching these pigeons. I don't know if it's because they're in here looking for things to eat, but it's a couple of weeks I've been here now and there's been feathers everywhere. The onions and everything's coming up great guns. I do need to keep on top of the weeds. I've been a bit lax on that. It's just time, isn't it? But there's those beds, and then the garlic and the onions which went in before Christmas, they're really looking good. Look, you can see some real growth there on the garlic. Again, more weeds. The stinging nettle bed's looking happy, and the dandelions, probably one of the easiest raised beds I've got. And the potatoes are coming up, even though we buried them last week. Look, we've got loads more growth. They're going great guns, so I'm going to get some manure and then just pile it over the top and keep bringing them up. I think when I come down here during the week this week, I'm just going to get on and do a load of weeding, take out some of these nettles. I want nettles growing over there, but I don't want them growing everywhere. The berry bushes are all doing really well. Those ones are getting swamped a bit by stinging nettles, so again we will clear them out. Let's have a look. I'm looking forward to seeing the rhubarb growth this week. There we go, look, loads of growth there. I'm going to give them another week under there. We'll see all the spiders. Those little spiders living under her now. So that's really helped, hasn't it? You can see the difference from 2 weeks ago when we had no growth to when we've covered it. I'll give it a little bit of water as well. I think, yeah, first things first, let's just get everything watered, and then I can get on and clean that greenhouse out. I'll just cut quickly now. While I fill up the watering can and everything, I'll just cut quickly now to what's been growing at home this week, and then we'll get on with stuff down here. Loads of growth this week. Really impressed with how things are coming up. It has been warm, so that probably accounts for some of it, but we've got 5 of the 6 planted summer squash or UFO squash. The runner beans are on the way through. We've got the kale coming up. I don't know if people do this, and I don't know if it actually helps, but I tend to turn them where they're on a windowsill. They face where the sunshine is, where the sunlight is, and I personally feel like it encourages them to grow more because it grows towards the sunlight. Maybe that's just me. The cabbage, I'm going to try and hold off a little bit longer putting these out, just because we are getting frost in the morning still, even though it's getting up to like 20 degrees. Don't know if you can see this on the camera, but the strawberries are coming through. We've got one little one over there. I don't know why this has gone so green, but it's not affected the growth. The cayenne pepper, and then we've got the goji berry, which I'm well impressed with. Never grown a goji berry in my life. Never tried a goji berry. I don't know if I can zoom in. Those markings are normal. I need to look up goji berries because it's got some weird little spikes on it. Very cool. And then we've got the tomatoes. So we've got the red alerts come up. The cherry tomatoes, I'll show you what the cherry tomato in the kitchen looks like. And then the outdoor girl. The cherry tomatoes probably need potting up. I might risk putting these ones out because I can grow some more. I do intend on growing some more, spread them out across the season, and they'd look a little bit unhappy in these pots. Maybe because I planted them too early. Chives have come up, lovely. The spinach beet's doing really well. Again, just going to hold off a little bit longer putting these out. No sign of the cucumber or courgettes. The chili pepper we planted up, and then the wild rocket, which I just can't keep up with when it comes to picking for salads. I do love that. Messed up the spring onions. I don't know if it's because I let them dry out too much, or they would have been better off in smaller tubs, but I've destroyed them. I've just given the herbs, the cherry tree and the raspberry and blueberry bushes a water. So much growth where we cut back the raspberry canes. You can see from where the dead wood is, and then from the base it's all come back up. And then there's the other variety of raspberry. I'm going to hide when I make a mistake or do something wrong, because I just believe, well, I believe in being realistic, and as gardeners, as allotment growers, growing vegetables, we make mistakes, we learn from our mistakes. I was a bit flippant with the spring onions because I did so well with them, just chucking them in last year, so I need to go back to the drawing board with them because I just didn't do a good job. I think 2 came through, and then I was like, 2 spring onions, what am I going to do with them? Leeks upstairs haven't come through. The rest of that's some real good progress. A few things need potting up, a few things I'm trying to hold off on, like I said. not going to work. Just I have to sign off at home today because I've just sat down to edit the video from the allotment and realised that the coffee break and the chat I had didn't record the sound. It's happened a few times and I don't understand what's going on with my mic. I'll look into it because it's really frustrating. Maybe I should be checking it as and when I film it, but it's just one of them things. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a bit of a more laid back, chilled vibe to this week's video. Just me getting on with some jobs. We've had some great sunshine over the last week. Next week is forecast a lot of rain, which is typical because it's my week off. But if I catch a dry spell, I'm going to go down during the week and get the weeding done. I think I made a decent amount of progress with the grapevine greenhouse, clearing out, exposed the root system. So I'm going to give that some feed and I gave it some water at the end. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, check out my allotment video updates every Sunday night. And I will show you wins and fails regardless, because I believe in being honest and not everything is a success, and sometimes we get things wrong and we learn by our mistakes. Thanks for watching. Drop us a like, a comment and subscribe if you haven't already to the channel, because that really helps it to grow, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.